Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is October 5th. It's Money Monday. I'm excited and honored to be here with you. Today we get to learn from Michael Huggins. Michael Huggins is such an amazing individual. Most of us have met him, but for those of you who are new to the call, Michael has a fantastic story where he came from a very frustrated place. He and Vanessa were both living paycheck to paycheck and had done what they were told was right to do as far as going to school, getting good grades, both very, very smart individuals, yet still found themselves drowning in student loan debt and living again paycheck to paycheck, very frustrated. And Michael knew that he needed to make a change. He looked for other income opportunities and he found real estate investing. I'm so grateful that Michael found real estate investing because a lot of us, including myself, would not be here had he not pursued Renatus. That was 10 years ago. So fast forward to today. Now Michael is traveling the world, not so much this year for obvious reasons, but he has dedicated so much of his time to helping build teams around the nation. Michael is now in Tennessee. He's also built teams or a strong team in Denver as well as Salt Lake City. In Tennessee, he is working on a really, really, really amazing project where he and Vanessa are building cabins for Airbnb purposes on some beautiful, beautiful land in Tennessee. So Michael is on the PAC. He is with our CEO, Bob Snyder, on the PAC team, which is the President's Advisory Council. He has earned himself multiple seven figures in this business, and he has so much value to share with us. So make sure you take notes. I'm excited for what Michael has to share with us today. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's another beautiful day. We got our intensive this week. So great announcements. Keely, thanks for staying organized with all that. By the way, the call today at noon Mountain Time is, the link is with a capital Z. So make sure you do bit.ly/ZoomUp with a capital Z. And this is, this is another part of the process for helping people just get to connect more with us. When we were doing our live meetings and everyone was showing up, they would get 5 or 10 or 15 stories in one night. But now that we're doing our Zooms this way, they're getting less stories. So this is another way for people to hear those stories, because we know that facts tell and stories sell. So we'll go over all the facts, but yes, let's hear those stories too. So bring people. It's 15 minutes. They can hop on their lunch. No big deal. And if you do want them coded to you, then yes, you need to check them in or put them in the calendar. Also, if you were on the OES, the $50 for the intensive this Saturday is it's waived. The OES includes all of your intensives. So if you're a part of that subscription, then good for you. It's going to just make our registration process easier because we already know you're on the list. We'll email you the promo codes. Just make sure to stay on the, check your emails, because we send out the emails with the promo codes for the other meetings and the Zooms that are passcode protected. So if you're not getting my emails, or if the emails are showing up in the promotions section or something like that, like especially in Gmail, they might show up in promotions. You need to drag it over to your primary or select and tell it it's a primary, and then that way it'll show up in your main inbox. And if you're missing something, just let me know. So we're here for you. Okay. Also, tomorrow for the Profits workshop, that is now going to be at 12:30 Mountain Time. Okay. Because why? Because at 12, we're going to be hanging out with me and Scott in a different room. So just some minor changes, but that should be pretty easy. Sandra asks, is Team Elevate USA still a place to sign up guests? Yes, you put your guest in there, depending on what Zoom room you want to put them in. But if you want them to be coded to you and get the guest protection, you still have to put them in Helios It also makes the registrations team a lot easier when they're in both, because then we can just cross-check the list and and then get them checked in properly. Okay, you bet. Gilda just asked if she just heard a rooster. Yes, that's Henry. He is it's, sun's coming up, it's beautiful, and yeah, he's telling everyone about it. So I don't know if Healy told you, but you know, the big project that we are working on here in Tennessee is ultimately going to be the nation's largest food forest. So if you've never been to a food forest, you should come check it out as we're building it. And we're also going to be putting some short-term rentals in, maybe even some long-term rentals, somewhere to cash flow and create some more income while that's being built up. We did some math on it, and with 20 short-term rentals on our 265 acres, we will be grossing about $250,000 a year. And there's Henry again. So then we're just going to take that money and continue to build the infrastructure for the nation's largest food forest. It's going to take some work, but it's going to be worth it, because then we'll start to inspire more and more people. I got inspired by a couple people here on the call, actually, several years ago. They were trying to talk to me about this stuff, and I was like, psh, psh. You know, and your friends, you're trying to talk to them about real estate, and they're like, psh. But I started listening, and now our water catchment systems are going in this week. And anyway, two things are happening simultaneously: nation's largest food forest and a giant cabin style short-term rental eco getaway opportunity. It's going to be awesome. So tell everyone. And why aren't you making the nation's largest something, or the state's coolest whatever, or your neighborhood's fanciest something, or your family's first whatever, and call it that? You see what I mean? So, all right, let's see a few more chats going on in here. What is a food forest? You're gonna have to just keep showing up. And and Pete said Michael's buying the chickens, not the eggs. Right? You guys remember in presentations I've been doing for years, where we're talking about the it's time to buy the chickens and not the eggs, and have that recurring income. A food forest is just another version of that. What do you do with the money that you get from your jobs and that you get from your businesses? What do you do with that? You go and buy food with it. You go and buy food with it. Okay, so you go and convert your time back into food, ultimately, because you convert your time into money, or your time into value. You get the value, you convert that into food, and then with that food, and now you're alive. Wonderful. Well, the food force skips all those processes, all those steps, and you're just unlimited food all the time. Now, it takes a minute, but I'm getting some coaches, I'm getting some we're building it, and it's interesting because some people just dive deep and get obsessed with the food forest, and they forget the money side of things. And some people focus all on money and they forget their food. So we're doing both, because it's that's going to be the ultimate sustainability. Sandra says, why Tennessee? Because Tennessee is North America's only temperate rainforest. So I just wanted to make sure we had unlimited water. This place gets almost 6 feet, in between 5 and 6 feet of rain a year. So, I mean, Colorado gets something like 16 inches of rain a year. Utah gets like 14, right? These high mountain desert. It's not a great spot to build your food forest. I met some people who've been trying it for 10 years, and they're like, well, it's okay. It's okay. One of the guys in my Toastmasters group. He's been trying it for 10 years, trying to follow every single process, but not enough rain for all the trees he's trying to plant. So that's why we picked Tennessee. Also, we got a super deal on a mega piece of land. Super deal. Cool. Did you guys notice, or maybe Keely or Skylar, did you notice if we're capped at 100? I don't know if more than 100 are getting into our room. We have a 500 room, but I know that Zoom kind of goofed up on that.
Yes, that is correct for this morning.
We're still capped at 100?
Yep.
Well, ain't that something? Well, good thing you guys got here early because people are trying to get in and they can't get in. Some of you got here just in time. Cool. Eric, yeah, we're going to be starting a Food Forest Facebook page so you guys can check it out as the evolution is happening. Yeah, it's pretty neat. There's a lot of positive examples around the country of what to do. So we're just doing it with our version and our flair on it. But no one is doing a food forest with short-term rental cabins inside of it. So we're exclusive in that regard. So, but then of course there's still the fix and flip opportunities and the long-term rental opportunities, and we're still pursuing all that. We are now at, as of last week, we're at 255. And by the end of this week, we'll be at 265 because we just struck a deal. So we're making it happen, Captain. So the whole idea behind this, the reason why I'm telling you this is so that you can tell other people, not necessarily all the details of my plan, if you want to, whatever, but that I found a way to fund a project that I absolutely love and I'm really excited about. How many people live in a state of disempowerment in this country? Over 90% of people are disempowered by their boss, by their spouse, by TV, by whatever it is, whatever's going on. There's self-talk, whatever's going on. A lot of people live in this state of disempowered. Well, we want to empower people. So I've been empowered through this system, through this training, through this community. And so I'm sharing what I'm doing with it so that the ultimate point is that you're sharing, there's a spot to be empowered. And if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you're tired of chasing false expectations, you're tired of being stuck in the rat race, you're not being empowered, well, come to this community where we empower people. Okay, that's the reason why I'm telling you, and that's why we're also going to be doing our noon call, our noon Mountain Time call, because we're just going to be talking about empowerment. Cool. Okay, so what new habits do you need to create in order to make sure that you are being empowered? Does anyone here listen to John Assaraf? Has anyone checked that guy out before? Nobody? He wrote that Alchemist, John Assaraf. Okay, you gotta go check him out. Anyway, I was listening to one of his talks this morning, and he talks about the realistic expectation of when you set up a new goal is 100 days. Not 6 days or 21 days or 33 days, but 100 days. And if you are able to make a plan and a contingency plan, he's trying to kick caffeine. So for the next 100 days, what is he going to do? When he feels like drinking coffee in the morning, or when he's at a restaurant, his friends are drinking coffee, what's his backup plan? So what's the thing that you're going to do for the next 100 days? Now we have less than 100 days left this year, but you could still pick a great day right now. It's a Monday. It's a great day to start something. one thing is, I'm going to switch to the drawing board here. I think everyone should set a new goal for being rejected. Okay? I think because people are so afraid of it, rejection, they're so afraid of it that they let it control them. I don't want to be told no. I don't want to talk to someone for a half an hour and then find out they're a dumbass and have to hang up on them and they're never going to buy from me anyway. I don't want to make a pitch and put myself out there and then tell me no and whoo. Nobody wants that. Sorry, I tried to hit my mute button. Couldn't find it in time. So everyone's trying to avoid rejection. But when you avoid this rejection thing, you are also avoiding your own possibilities. Because rejection isn't necessarily real. It's not real in the sense that if they say no, they're going to slap you in the face. Right? It's not real. What it really comes down to is this is just your version of what you label when someone tells you no. Rejection is really just them saying pass. No thanks, not for me. Right? You ever been into eating a delicious orange and you peel off a slice and you want some of this orange and they say no? You don't go home and cry and say I was rejected today. Someone just passed on your offer. So my offer is always trying to be really strong. Work with me. Not only will I get you connected to the real estate program, but I will also answer your questions. I'll get you connected to the people you need. I'll kick your butt when you need your butt kicked. And I try to make this offer irresistible. You cannot resist my offer. And quite often it works. Now, how many people here on the line are 5-star? Because I want to do some math for a little bit. Oh, Reese corrected me. Paulo Coelho wrote The Alchemist. What did John Assaraf write? Thank you for paying attention to me. Okay, 5 stars. Okay, so Portis is 5-star. We're just gonna do a quick understanding because I want to do it based off of math, not me just making it up. Okay, Jenna, Esterine, Mary, Grace, Secrete, Gilda, Pete, Diana, Esther, Skylar, Kim, Rhonda, Robin. Okay, cool. Oh, they're still coming in. Mike, Josh, Anthony, Mike, and Keely. Okay, we're going to pause it right here. Now, I have 2 questions for you people here. My first question is, how many people, what's the number of people that you invited? And you can round. Number of people you invited, where you said, come look. Okay. And then what's the number of people that actually looked? And they went through an intro and at least an intro. Okay. Obviously they went through a follow-up if they signed up. How many people attended? Okay. 150, is that invited? No, until 5-star. Just to be clear, this is until you achieve 5-star. So Anna and Roy said 150. Well, I'm asking for 2 numbers, Anna and Roy, so you got to designate what that number means. I'm pretty good at reading minds, but not that good. 150 invited. Okay, so Jenna says 275. Okay. Holy crap. This is awesome. Okay. So Mike, 750 invited. How many attended? $150.50. Robin, $250, 25. Grace, 512. You can round. Gilda said 150, but I didn't keep track of how many attended. We'll just guess, Gilda. Okay. Portis says 100. Bill says 12. That's awesome. Okay, so Pete, I'm going to say Pete invited like 700 people and 10 attended. Mike says 250 attended. Before we got 5-star? Are we talking about the same thing? Or are you talking about like forever your whole career? No, to 5-star, not your whole team.
To 5-star.
And out of those 250 people that attended, 35 of them signed up?
Yep.
Oh, because you did a lot of follow-ups. Gotcha.
Right.
Well, that's a cool number. Okay, Esther says 140, or sorry, 175 and 40. Diana says about 100. Okay, Gilda says 75. Estrine says 40 attended. Did I miss? How many you invited? Sucrete. $750. Nice. Wanda says 10 invited, 10 attended, and 3 signed up in a week. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Miri says the second one is hard because we had some call lunch, maybe 100 or so for the second one. Okay. Josh says 680. Okay, Diana says 250 showed up. 1,000 to 5-star, approximately 100 attended. Oh, I see. Okay, Rhonda says 75, 15, 5. Nice. Okay, and Skylar says 400, 100. Yep, got to build rapport. Okay, and then Anna said 10 signed up. Okay, cool. This is fun. Are you guys having fun seeing these numbers? This is pretty cool. Okay, did I grab everybody that answered? Okay. Results are not typical. Nice. Okay, so I'll put mine up too. So I was, let's see, invited. It was probably around 600. And before it became 5-star, attended was probably maybe 50, somewhere around there. Okay. So first of all, Sukrit, how many, I didn't get your second number, Sukrit. I just got your 750. How many attended? Awesome. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is we're getting a couple different. So one is about a 10-to-1 ratio. Some people are getting a 4-to-1 ratio. Some people are like, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. Some are getting a 2-to-1. And Wanda is not typical, 1-to-1. So these three numbers are the most common. Okay. Well, what does that tell us? It tells us a few things. It tells us that Wanda is a unicorn and results are not typical. But this 10-to-1, 4-to-1, 3-to-1. So if we were to average it out, is it okay if I average these averages now? And let's say it's 6-to-1. 6 invites to 1 attend. And that was to become 5-star. So that means, and most of you got 5-star in the old plan, which means that you had to make at least 4 sales, because some of you made 5, some of you made 2, some of you made 6, some of you made 2. So we're going to say at least 4 sales. Okay. So some of you are sitting back and you haven't even invited 10. Reese is wondering what I mean by the old system. The old compensation plan was buy 1, sell 2, or sell 5. And now they got rid of the buy 1, sell 2. You don't have to buy anymore, which is supposed to level the playing field, make it easier for people to make money sooner, and make people want to bring their customers, their warm market, their other people sooner, because now they're not having to pass them up to a stranger. They get to keep every person on their team that they enroll. In a nutshell. Okay. So a 10-to-1. 6-to-1. Yeah, okay. So for every 6 people you invite, 1 attend. And basically now what we're looking at is for every one that attended, I'm going to say 25, 5, 6. It's 8, 20, 10, 20. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is it's between 10 and 20 attendees to make, let's average it out and say 3 sales. You gotta make all those invitations. And we're doing 6 to 1 to get 10 to 20 people to attend. Most people are kind of closer to the 20 equals 3 sales. Some of you are 1 equals 1 sale. Okay. So what that means is, let's just take some round numbers now. If you invite 600 people, that means 100 will attend. And if it takes 20 attendees to make 3 sales, that's a 7 to 1 ratio. So out of these 100 that attend, so invite, attend, out of these 100, we should get about, if you're really good, you'll get 10 sales. If you're a genius, you get 10 sales. But there's only like 1 in 10,000 people that are a genius, so don't compare yourself to the genius. But out of 100, oh no, sorry, if you were a genius, you would get 40 sales. Out of 100 attending, average sales. 10 to 1, so maybe even 12 if we're doing our 7 to 1 ratio. 10 to 12, right around there. And from my understanding is most of those sales are combo sales. Did anyone here have the overwhelming majority of their sales be essentials? Charbel. Did I say it right? He got the overwhelming majority is essentials. Okay. But everyone else, the majority of their sales were AIT. Okay. So Keely said the majority of hers have been essentials. Okay, so if the average sale is between $1,000 and $10,000, let's go on. So Diana's are about even. Ada says hers were mostly essentials. Mike mostly essentials. Okay. But I'm saying for this whole chart up here of everyone that we talked to get 5-star, none of you got 5-star on just essentials. So you still had to do your AITs. So we're going to say the average sale was, let's say, we'll go on the lower side and say $4,000 for your average sale. So Anna and Roy did 6 essentials and 4 combos. Diana did To her 5-star was 3 essentials and 2 combos. All AITs to get to your 5-star. So let's say the average sale was $4,000. Based off of what you guys are telling me. So I think one reason why I'm setting this up is to clarify is because some of you have such an unrealistic expectation. There can only be one Wanda, okay? What I mean is some of you have only invited 3 people or 5 people or 10 people and you go, that's not working. But you got to go hog wild on the invites because it takes 600 invites to get 100 to attend to get 10 to buy, and your average sale is going to be about $4,000 earned. So that would equate to about $40,000 to $50,000, somewhere in there for every 600 invites. You see how I got to this number? Is that accurate? Mike, what's your income at? Okay. So, shall we break it down a little bit more? You guys didn't think you're going to be doing math this early, huh? Okay, Reese wants me to explain the 4K. The 4K is between the sales, the 10 to 12 sales that you're getting. Some are $1,000 and some are $10,000. And so we're just going to average it out and say the average sale was worth $4,000 because some you get 1, some you get 10, some people get a little more, some people get a little less. Reese says, I've never sold anything, so I don't know how we get paid even. Wow. Who enrolled you, Reese? I'm gonna make some guesses, but I would like to just, and you can put it in the, Dane. Okay, so call Dane and say, Dane, Michael wanted me to ask you why I don't know the compensation plan yet. Unless this is your first day. Reese, is this your first day? It's not his first day. No. Okay, so yeah, you need to get with Dane. You say, Dane, while I'm sitting over here wondering how the comp plan works, you're already at 150,000, 200,000 for the year. What's going on? Hello? Is there a disconnect? You can quote me if you need to. But yeah, get after him. Okay. Also, Reese, I most likely have emailed you at some point in the past because you're on my team somewhere. I've emailed you the compensation plan video. You can also go onto our YouTube channel and I have a 20-minute version of the compensation plan video in there also. And Reese is my new favorite student because he takes full responsibility. It's a rare thing these days. I mean, it's rare in the world. It's pretty common in Renatus. That's why you're all here. It's because you've taken responsibility for your day. But yes, the ability to respond is the most valuable. Okay. Now we've done the significant math. There's one last piece to this. If 600 equals 10, that means 590 were no's, or what our silly unevolved brain might call a rejection. but it's totally fine. Because everyone keeps looking at these 10 and thinking, okay, the 10 is where I got all my money. But if we did some math real quick, these no's also have a value. So let's do some long division here. Okay, if I'm doing my math correctly, each no, now someone check my math, but it looks like each no is worth $14.75. Someone check the math here. Okay, Reese did the percentage of a 1.7% close rate. Cool. See, as soon as you know that number, now we can start to build an entire infrastructure. Knowing, hey, it's going to be 1.7. If we move that needle to 1.8, 1.9, 2.0, we can start to receive some significant increases in income in our life. So every time you get told no, according to the math and everything that you just shared with me on this call, you will get about $15. So when they say no and you go, ha, thanks for the $15, click. You ever thought about doing it that way? You're talking to someone, they're gonna be like, what the hell did you mean thanks for the $15? I said no. And you'd be like, yeah, I get it. But every time I get told no, I make $15. Next. They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? If you want to know, then attend the meeting. If you don't, I need to hang up on you and get my $15. Not too shabby. What can you get for $15? How many are you going to crank out? 1 an hour? 2 an hour? 3 an hour? Some of you overachievers are going to do 10 an hour. Good. Make yourself $150 an hour. I don't care. We'll pay you. That's right. Glad you're all here. So what we've done now, in the wonderful world of Woody Woodward, what we have done now is what's called a reassociation. We have now reassociated the no to value, whereas before, most of you were avoiding the no because you thought whatever your old association was. But the new association is no means $15 on average. Some of you, your no's could be worth $100 or $200. Some of you, your no's are worth about $5. But as you get better and you spend more time with us, each no is going to be more and more valuable. So let me make one recommendation before we're out of here. I want you to all check out the book. There's a book, of course. It's called Go for No. I think it's less than 2 hours. That's the less than symbol. Sorry, it looks like a 72 hours. Less than 2 hours. It's probably on YouTube. If not, go into Audible. It's like $4. Please listen to Go for No because it's time for us to ramp up how many people we're talking to. Ramp it up. You want to get another 50, 60,000 bucks in the bank account? Good. Go talk to another 600 people. Today, just today, over 10,000 people are turning 18. Just today. How many people are getting married, getting divorced, having a kid, getting a job, losing a job, moving, this, that, the other, retiring? Everybody's having some type of life event, and they need to see what we have to offer. So with this reassociation, it's time to go for no. It's time to make some excellent habits. How about you invite some people between now and noon to get on our Zoom up call with me, Scott? Does that sound fair? Cool. All right, everybody. I got to get on the Pat call. You guys have been awesome. Have a wonderful Money Monday, and we will see you guys. Some of you will be hitting on the real estate call right now, and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow on that. Bye, everyone.